Well, hey YouTube, Buyers M66, bear with me. Taking a back road ride for a little while. Gonna go do some recon for a search training where the team's gonna be doing towards the end of June. What better way to do a recon than on the bike? Never been. This is Route 262 in Plymouth, Connecticut. I've never been on it. I've actually never been in this part of Connecticut other than passing through. I don't want to go that way. We'll go this way. All I know is I want to go south. I don't care how I get that way. It's only about 11:40 in the morning, so I got a couple hours until I need to be home. But I figured I just got another video. Another boring video. Can't let that one go. But I figured I would, for a topic today, because I don't normally do much topic stuff, I just do circumstantial stuff. For a topic today, I would do, no, I don't want to go there, what I've learned through and because of YouTube. Because a couple of days ago I was asked why I put stuff up on YouTube, and I was told, oh, YouTube's so stupid, you waste your time on YouTube. And I couldn't agree with them at all. Granted, YouTube's not the do-all end-all, but it's a great source of information and recreation. But I was trying to think, what have I learned on YouTube? And I've learned a lot of stuff. Some examples of which are, I've learned how to tie different knots. I've learned how to sharpen knives differently and axes differently than I currently do. I've learned how to can and pickle better than I was before. I've learned more stuff about fixing my bike and fixing my cars. Through YouTube, I learned how to get the security code for the punch key entry system on my Ford Explorer. I would have never been able to figure that one out. Now, could some of this stuff have been done before YouTube? Sure. It would have taken a hell of a lot longer and used resources that aren't as easily accessible. You know, it's just that simple. I've learned about different firearms. I've learned about different countries and cultures and hobbies. Through YouTube, I've met friends that I would have never, ever had the opportunity to meet. I've spoken with some. I've met some in person. Some I just know from YouTube. But they're friends nonetheless. I count them as friends. We share common interests, common goals. A lot of times we're not exactly alike, but through YouTube and meeting them, I've also grown a little. I'm not as stuck up and snotty as I could be. I've learned to accept some things that I generally wouldn't have accepted before. I'm not as judgmental. Well, I am. I'm just not as vocal about it. I'm a little bit more accepting. I've learned that if there's something that you need to learn about, all you gotta do is punch in a couple of keywords on YouTube, and you may pretty well figure out how to do it just from YouTube. Now you gotta sift through some stuff, and while YouTube can be very informative and a lot of fun, there's a lot of stupid crap on YouTube. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a diversity of individual thought and ideas. I've also learned that people can be very, very generous. And oftentimes, while I think people in general suck, there are those rare few that make you think twice about that assumption. People can be very compassionate, understanding, just a sharing of ideas. Sometimes it's just a sharing of a memory. Sometimes it's just saying, whoa, you know, I had this problem, and in the course of me trying to figure it out, I learned something else, and I wanted to share it, so in case somebody else has that same issue, you won't go through what I did. Now, you will find people fanning their own egos on YouTube, spouting some swill that is just asinine, opinion-wise. And that's just me. I could be wrong. I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going to end up. No, I'm just going to keep going. Just the things that you can learn on YouTube if you really want to. One day I was just screwing around and was reading one of my magazines that I normally read, and they was telling you, oh, this is how you can make butter at home. And it's great to read an article and try to figure something out that way, but I'm a visual type of guy. I need to see it to get a better understanding, and I'll get it a lot faster. So I just typed in homemade butter on YouTube, and goddamn if I didn't find out how to make butter in a mason jar of all things. You know, just last week I learned how to make better hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs, you say, who can't make hard-boiled eggs? I couldn't make a good hard-boiled egg. I couldn't make a good hard-boiled egg that you could peel easily. Everything I did would have, come apart in little tiny pieces and take half the egg with it. Well, I got fed up with that one day, typed into YouTube, perfect hard-boiled egg. Now I make perfect hard-boiled eggs. Sounds stupid, but it's little things like that. Oh, a little cowie shop. Little things like that that you can find. And the friends you can find. You'll find friends that you never knew you would have, or ever thought you'd make. So, that's just my little thing. I just wanted to kind of clear that up. YouTube can suck the time right away from you. If you're not careful and you get on YouTube and you start following links and then follow recommendations, which I've done. I've gotten on YouTube to just check out a couple of my subscriptions, and the next thing I know, I've lost 2 hours and I'm looking at dancing ponies. Don't ask me why. I didn't want to find dancing ponies, but I followed this and then I followed that. And then I followed a description which had nothing to do with the video, and it was a dancing pony. I don't know. I've done too many of those things. I've wound up places where I had no idea how I got there. But I guess that's kind of the fun of YouTube too. So that's what I've learned because of YouTube. And I recommend people give it a shot. Try to find something that they normally wouldn't look for. I think this is Thomaston. And if you're looking to post on YouTube and you're kind of not sure, just post. What's the worst that can happen? People get wise-ass comments to you? Well, that happens. But just try it. Just post. You'll be amazed at what you might find out and learn. People you might meet. Yes, there are assholes on YouTube. Depending on who you talk to, I may be one. But there's a lot of good people and a lot of good information. And if you have half a brain, you can pick the good stuff from the crap and the good people from the bad and have a good time at it. I'm jumping on Route 8 and I'm gonna open her up to about 80. And I'll see y'all later. I'll give you a little highway footage. But that's my YouTube spiel. It's not a YouTube commercial. YouTube's got a lot of problems, but I'm not going to get into those because you got problems with everything. This is about as fast as I like to go. I'll pump it up to 90 on the speedo every now and then. But there's really, for me, no need to go much faster. Also, depending on how the wind, my front end will start buffeting. That's the one downside to these handguards. They catch the wind sometimes and make the front end a little iffy. Kind of a nice ride, Route 8, once you get out of Waterbury, which we're going into. All valley. People up, I make, you're on YouTube. People will think I'm insane driving around with a camera in my face. Sometimes I think it too. Alright, enough babbling. Just wanted to put that up. Talk to y'all later.